Hello and welcome to Grief Talks with Zen Jen. I'm Zen Jen, and today I want to focus on forgiveness and how learning to forgive or let go of negative feelings helps us heal during our grief journey. Perhaps one of the most difficult lessons I learned from an early age is that forgiving those who have wounded us allows us to let go of the festering wound and find inner peace. It was hard to comprehend that as a child because every instinct told me to inflict revenge or lash out, make them feel that same way they made me feel. But I had good parents and teachers as role models that simply showed me that holding a grudge does not make us stronger, it makes us bitter. Having the strength to forgive others doesn't make us weak. Instead, it sets us free from the hurt and pain residing within us. While working with the bereaved, I have addressed often the ugliness that comes to the table amongst family systems when death occurs. Not every family comes to the table of death with acceptance and open arms, envisioning healing and resolving old, unresolved issues. In fact, it is disheartening to witness the amount of families that allow death to bring their hurt and squabbling to the forefront and choose to use the death of a family member as a battleground. I have witnessed extreme hatred and verbal lashings, physical force and actions that would surprise many. I have attempted to mediate amongst family members and demonstrate the purpose of our gathering together, to honor the loved one who is dying and the respect we have of them, only to be shunned or pushed aside due to the festering sores of past crimes or actions that choose to surface and excuse to point fingers and place blame. Recently, I observed as a family member wept over text messages or unaccepted calls from a sibling who had decided that they no longer wanted to have contact with them, their hurt and decision to hold on to past grievances blinding them from the opportunity to resolve, find peace, and love with family furthest from their mind. She cried openly about her grief, stating that not only was she losing one of her parents, but she felt like she had lost a sibling as well, and that impact was too much for her to handle. Well, grief is like that. It creates additional loss that in the moment is often difficult for us to see. Lost relationships, family gathering places, and people who choose to harbor hurt feelings instead of work towards forgiveness are commonplace. And almost every time, it appears grief is the excuse given to bring those feelings to the surface, and unless people are willing to address them, it becomes consuming, and doors are forever closed instead of opened. Forgiveness is truly a gift that we give to ourselves, a gift that soothes our own inner well-being. The person we are forgiving does not have to be present or even know that we are working towards absolving them of the wrongs we feel have been inflicted, because it is not important to excuse their behavior. It just prevents their behavior from destroying your heart. By forgiving, we are changing our future and letting those around us know that we have finally decided to listen to the sound of our footsteps as we walk away from those that would prevent us from living. Be merciful. Life is too short to live with regrets. As Mark Twain stated so eloquently, forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Find your peace. Friends, I hope this episode on forgiveness has opened up your heart and mind to the power of moving forward by forgiving others. As always, thanks for listening. I'm Zen Jen, and be sure to tune in next week for another edition of Grief Talks.